Are you excited to hug the new and more powerful phones? Wait. Many Xiaomi fans probably still remember the events of 653 crore rupees fine and the seize of 5,551 crore rupees in the Indian bank account. Yes, Xiaomi issue is still on the spot and gets highlighted from time to time. But what happened exactly? Everyone has this question in mind after 2023, are Xiaomi budget smartphones will be still available in Indian market or not? In order to get the answers to all the above questions, firstly we need to take a closer look at the Indian smartphone industry. The truth is, nowadays budget smartphones, that means the phone that sells for $150 or less, that comes roughly around 12,000 Indian rupees, are dominating Indian smartphone market. India's smartphone market is valued around $139 billion. And to your surprise, about 65% of the phones are budget smartphones. That means it contributed to a $92 billion market. This year, from April to June, more than 30 million smartphones were sold in India. And no doubt, at least 1/3 of these smartphones were budget smartphones. That's about 10 million smartphones. Here the important point is that up to 80% of these budget phones were made by Chinese mobile manufacturers. That is, 8 million smartphones sold by Chinese company in India. Most customers in India prefer entry-level smartphones, and from above data, it is very clear that the Chinese companies are ruling this segment. Report says India is considering a proposal to curb Chinese smartphone makers. It will not be a complete ban, but Chinese companies could be pushed out of the entry-level smartphone market. Okay, so far you should have a clearer picture of the mobile phone industry in India. So let's get back to today's topic, what happened to Xiaomi. The story begins in 2020. In June 2020, India followed the footsteps of the United States and permanently banned 59 Chinese apps, including Xiaomi's browser. The reason stated by the government authorities was the concern of threat to national security. In response to India's blacklist, Xiaomi launched a new MIUI system in India without pre-installing any of the banned apps, including Xiaomi's own browser. But on July 27, 2020, following another round of scrutiny, 275 more Chinese apps were added into the blacklist. This is not the end. After the ban, frequent investigations and crackdowns happened on the companies that have connections with China. On October 2021, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology issued notices to multi-core players like Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi and OnePlus. After the investigation in January 2022, the Indian Ministry of Finance asked Xiaomi India to make up 653 crores in import tax. The fine imposed by India was incredibly high, even higher than the highest net profit Xiaomi ever made in Indian market. Just 4 months after the tax review, on May 1st, Xiaomi was hit with another bad event. Indian Anti-Money Laundering Agency found that Xiaomi was doing money laundering by remitting money to foreign entities under the guise of paying royalties. So, Indian authorities had seized Xiaomi's 5,551 crores in the Indian bank accounts. However, on May 6th, the situation got escalated to the Indian Supreme Court and the Supreme Court lifted the ban on this blocked amount. But even after that, Indian Tax Authority requested Xiaomi to clarify the details of transferring royalties fund. Xiaomi entered the Indian market 8 years back in 2014. It was the biggest seller of the smartphones in India. Xiaomi has sold over 200 million smartphones to the Indian market over these years, and 66% of them are budget smartphones under $150. But the glory has been faded after all of these turbulences. Xiaomi's cell phone sales in India in the first half of 2022 decreased by 5 million year-on-year, with only 15 million smartphones sold. That is 25% decline in the market share. Now, Xiaomi only occupies 19% market share in the second quarter of the year. Obviously, all these negative sentiments impacted Xiaomi a lot that cannot be easily recovered. This was not the end. Xiaomi has quietly shut down its financial services in India. MI Pay, which was Xiaomi's payment app, and MI Credit, which was Xiaomi's credit lending app, got removed from the Google Play Store and its own App Store.